Have you ever found yourself staring at the ceiling at 3 a.m., your body aching with exhaustion, but your mind refusing to shut down? You replay the day you just had, 8, 10, maybe 12 hours of hard work. You did everything you were asked, you followed all the rules. But when you look at your bank account, all you feel is anxiety. You ask yourself, is this all there is? Work, pay bills, get a few hours of sleep, and then do it all over again? Let me tell you a secret. You're not tired, you're being drained. You're not lazy, you're being exploited by a brilliantly designed system that keeps you running without ever letting you reach the finish line. And here is the one truth you were never meant to hear. You are not an employee. You are a depreciating asset rented at the lowest possible price by a system that sees you as a number, not a human being.
For so long, we've been taught to blame ourselves. We're not productive enough, not skilled enough, not lucky enough. But what if the problem isn't you? What if the problem is the very rules of the game? There was a thinker, a philosopher, whose name often makes people uncomfortable, who dismantled this entire illusion over 150 years ago. His name was Karl Marx. Forget for a moment all the propaganda you ever heard about him. This video isn't about communism or politics. It's about something far more fundamental, the psychology of liberation. This is about the 7 steps Marx taught to free your mind from the invisible prison we call a job. After you see this, you will never look at your salary, your boss, or your career the same way again.
Part 1. The 3 great lies that keep you a slave. Modern capitalism survives not through police or military force, but through the power of stories. Stories we're told as children that we accept as absolute truth. Marx called this false consciousness. Let's shatter the 3 most powerful ones. Lie number 1. Your salary is a fair payment for your time and effort. That is the foundational lie. Your salary is not payment for your time. Your salary is your subsistence cost. It's the cost to provide you with enough food, shelter, and minor entertainment so that you can show up to work the next day without dying or revolting. The value you actually produce in 8 hours is far greater than the wage you receive. The difference? That's called surplus value. That is their profit, built on your unpaid labor.
Lie number 2. Loyalty to the company will lead to your success. Nonsense! Your loyalty is their most effective tool for wage suppression. They know you're unlikely to leave, so they have no incentive to give you a significant raise. You see your colleagues as competition, when your real enemy is the system that makes you believe there's only one small pie to fight over, while the owners enjoy the entire bakery. You are not family. A family doesn't fire you when quarterly profits dip by 5%. Lie number 3. Your job gives you purpose and identity. It does the exact opposite. Your modern job strips you of your true purpose and identity. You are forced to perform repetitive, fragmented tasks. Your creativity is capped by KPIs. Your passion is extinguished by deadlines. You begin to believe that your value as a human being is equivalent to your job title. I'm a manager. I'm an analyst. That is not your identity. That is the label the system has assigned to you. You are like a smartphone battery, charged overnight with just enough energy, only to be drained 100% the next day for someone else's profit. You keep running on the hamster wheel, thinking one day you'll arrive, never realizing the purpose of the wheel is to keep you running in place. But this isn't even the most terrifying part. The system doesn't just take your money and your time, it systematically steals your sanity and your soul. Marx had a word for this process: alienation. And in the next part, we'll see how it controls your mind every single day without you even noticing.
Part 2. Alienation. How the system controls your soul. Alienation is that feeling of being disconnected, foreign, and empty, even in a crowded room. Marx identified 3 layers of alienation created by modern work. First, alienation from the product of your labor. Think about this. A worker in a luxury fashion factory can spend their entire life stitching a $5,000 handbag, but their salary will never be enough to buy a single one. You build the world, but you cannot afford to enjoy it. You create products and services that others enjoy, while you only get the scraps. You are a stranger to the fruits of your own hands. Second, alienation from the process of your labor. Human beings are inherently creative. We want to build, to solve, to create. But modern work breaks that process into tiny, soul-crushing tasks. You only install the same single screw for 8 hours a day. You only fill out the same Excel columns every week. Work is no longer an expression of creativity, but a routine that kills the spirit. You are not working. You are performing a function. Third, and most dangerous, alienation from yourself. When you spend the majority of your waking hours doing something you don't love for a purpose that isn't yours, you begin to lose yourself. You start to believe that your real self, the one with hobbies, dreams, and laughter, is a side version that's only allowed to come out on weekends, while your work self is your primary identity. Your value is determined by your performance. Your happiness depends on your boss's approval. You become alienated from your own human essence. Now, look at social media. It's the perfect digital alienation. You create the content, you share your life's moments, you build the community. But who becomes a billionaire from your data and your attention? Not you. You are both the product and the unpaid laborer in a giant digital factory. Now you know how the system works. You know its lies, you know its psychological control mechanisms. You might feel angry, hopeless, or frustrated. Good, because that feeling is the beginning of awareness. But awareness without action is just suffering. In the core of this video, I will give you Marx's 7 steps to mental liberation. 7 practical ways to reclaim your mind and your soul even if you still have to go to work tomorrow morning. Part 3. Marx's 7 steps to mental liberation. This isn't about a revolution on the streets. This is about a revolution in your head. Step 1. Calculate your surplus value. This week, conduct a thought experiment. Estimate how much revenue your labor generates for the company in 1 hour. Now, compare that to your hourly wage. The difference is your surplus value. You don't need to report it to anyone. Simply knowing it shatters the illusion that your pay is fair. It shifts your mindset from gratitude to transactional awareness. Step 2. Shed your worker identity. When someone asks, "Who are you?" stop answering with your job title. Answer with your passion. I'm a writer. I'm a father. I'm a musician. Your job is what you do to survive. It is not who you are. Separate your identity from your business card. Shorts moment. You are not your job. You are a soul that is temporarily renting that job as a tool. Step 3. Break the chains of consumerism. The system wants you to spend your salary on things you don't need. Why? So you stay poor and are forced to keep working. The latest gadget?
Fast fashion, luxury vacations, it's all just an anesthetic to make you forget you're not free. Before you buy something, ask, do I truly need this? Or am I just trying to fill the emptiness my job created? Every dollar you save is another brick in the fortress of your freedom. Step 4. Build solidarity, not competition. Stop seeing your colleagues as rivals. Start talking to them, not to gossip, but to share real experiences. How's your workload? Is your pay really enough? You'll be shocked how many people feel the exact same way. Collective awareness is the biggest threat to a system that relies on divide and conquer. Your power isn't in sucking up to your boss, but in uniting with your peers. Step 5. Invest in yourself, not the system. Your company gives you training to make you more efficient at generating profit for them. Use your spare time and energy to learn skills that build value for you, skills that aren't tied to one company. Learn to code, to write, to design, to speak publicly. Build something that is yours, even if it's just a small project on the weekend.
Step 6. Master your time, not your money. The ultimate goal of liberation isn't to be rich, but to be the master of your own time. Start finding ways to decouple your income from your hours. It could be through small investments, creating a digital product, or building a passive income stream. Even if it only makes $10 a month, psychologically, it changes everything. You have proven that you can make money without selling an hour of your life. Step 7. Become a threat through awareness. You don't need to carry a protest sign, you just need to be aware. When you stop buying into the office drama, when you politely decline unpaid overtime, when you choose to read a book instead of sitting in a useless meeting, you become an anomaly. You become someone who cannot be controlled by the promise of a small bonus or a veiled threat. The aware individual is the greatest threat to a system that runs on autopilot. These 7 steps aren't magic. They are a process of rebuilding who you are from the ashes of your corporate identity. And in the final part, we will formalize your new identity.
Conclusion. From this day forward, you are not a victim. Let's recap your journey. You came to this video perhaps feeling tired and confused. Now you know it's not your fault. You are not lazy. You are alienated. You are not a failure. You are being exploited by a system designed for the benefit of a few. And most importantly, now you know how to fight back. Marx didn't teach hatred. He taught awareness. He didn't offer a utopia. He offered an honest diagnosis. And true freedom always begins with one thing: the courage to admit the truth, no matter how brutal it is. Mental freedom isn't given, it is reclaimed. And the reclamation begins today inside your mind.
Your homework for this week is simple, yet transformative. Choose one of those 7 steps, just one. Maybe you'll stop complaining about your job and start building your small side project. Maybe you'll ask a colleague to lunch and have a real, honest conversation. Do it for 7 days. Then come back to this video and write what you felt in the comments. Use the hashtag Mental Liberation. If this video opened your eyes, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with one friend you know is struggling and feels alone in their job. Because awareness is contagious, and the most powerful revolutions always start with the conversation. Subscribe and turn on notifications, because in the next video, we will go deeper into false consciousness, how the media, advertising, and the elite systematically program your mind to love your own chains. You don't want to miss it.